All right. I want to do a little video on why I think people get discouraged from diet and exercise. I just finished having my breakfast this morning and I was thinking about this and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. Now, I'm just going to freestyle this video like all my stuff. I don't really write anything down or anything like that. It's just my thoughts as I have them. I feel like it's more genuine that way. But anyway, for me, diet and exercise is about being able to perform better for God, your family, and your job, right? So, and they all three go together. You work as you work for God at your job. When you're working to help your family and do things like that, you're working for God. You see what I'm saying? So they all three go together. But my whole idea of it is for performance. So I think we make it complicated, and I think the reason we make it complicated is because it's like everything else. First of all, you get up and you see these videos. Like, okay, back in the day, or when I was younger, women used to see in magazines and were told that they had to be, skinny as a rail, and that's what attractive was. Rather than just being like, no, but none of us guys, none of us felt like that was attractive. That I remember, obesity might not have been attractive, but neither was being skinny as a rail. You see what I'm saying? So rather than just doing things that were healthy, they were told they had to be this big, so that's everything they seen. Well, much in the same way, it's like that now. You turn on and this is not to say anything about influencers or anything bad. You have these fitness people and fitness influencers, and they get in, you'll see them, they're out by the terrace doing on their terrace doing their crunches or whatever. All the aesthetics look perfect, or they wake up in the morning, the bed's perfectly made, they do the blanket back, you know what I mean? They get out, yawn, everything's perfect, you know what I'm saying? That's not real life, and you gotta realize that's just aesthetics. That's what they do for a living, and they're motivating to people and stuff too, but sometimes that stuff can be discouraging. Like, let's say David Goggins, Chad Wright, I love them guys. Mad respect for them and their mental strength, the fact that they served our country, they're retired Navy SEALs. I think they're awesome. But the thing is you see somebody gets up and they're like, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning, I'm hard, I'm this, I'm that. Well, some people are up at 4:30 in the morning just because they got 20 minutes to get out the door because they got to commute to go to work. You know what I mean? And they got to work all day, and then they got to come home, and they got to, be there for their kids and their wife, or their wife has to be there for their husband, and all the organize all the things that's going on with their family, and they're both working, and they're doing the same thing. And the thing is who's running an ultra marathon where it's great for your mental strength and things like that? You need to realize that these people are retired or a fitness influencer. That's what they do for a living. They're able to go and work out, go home, take a nap, do their stuff, work on their business as an influencer and all those aesthetics and all that. And they may work really hard at that business, but that's what they do, But you're grinding just the same way, perhaps even more, because what's the real grind? You got teachers, you got electricians, plumbers, highway workers, you got transportation workers, you got police officers, correctional officers, firemen, you got just so many different things that people do for a living, but they all have to work together, they're the ones that are creating the community and society that we live in. So what they're doing, where sometimes we might think it's insignificant, it's not. It's very important. You're very valuable. So that's number one. And I think people get discouraged because they see this person like, I don't got time for it. Or then you see the influencer who says, I only eat raw organic and I only get this from here. And no. And the only person, and only God knows how long you're going to live. You know what I mean? We make a we plan the journey, but he guides our steps, right? So the thing is this: you might not live to be 100. You might live to be 85. You know what I mean? By making healthier choices, but don't make it so complicated. So this morning for breakfast, I had oatmeal, and they're instant, they're gluten-free, but they're like 1 minute oats. I had a scoop of peanut butter. It's probably one with the least sugar I could find in it, but not perfect. I'll get a local raw honey. I had a tablespoon of this. I had a little bit of this, a little dab of this, and a little bit of cinnamon, because I heard that, you know, from what I've seen in research, it says that it helps with your blood sugar, and it seems to keep mine balanced. So I know this is complex carbs, and I know that, is it all perfect from the organic and our research? No, because I got stuff to do like normal people. My job doesn't consist of that. And sometimes watching those people will give you some ideas, but I don't want you to get discouraged from the main purpose of what it's about anyways. Unless you are going to do it for a living, you don't have to have the perfect body and the perfect diet. You just need to be healthy to perform for your, you know, of course you want to look better, but you're going to look better. You're going to feel better if you just make some simple, healthier choices. And you can create a habit of working out a few minutes each day. You can take 10 minutes in the morning to warm up, and you can take a few minutes each day to create a habit of working out in the evening and build on that and get to where you're working out 20, 30 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week in the evening to maintain yourself. And you just stay with that and stay consistent with that. And while all those other people's jobs are important too, like a fitness influencer and the Navy SEALs and you know, the exercises they do to help you with mental strength and all that, and to not quit, I don't want you to put too much on yourself to where you don't do it at all. And then you'll have some that'll come out and say, well, I work and I do all that and I do this. Okay, good for you, but guess what? You're probably stressed out. Look, my wife, she runs a business. I mean, she's a powerhouse. She runs her own business. She takes care of a lot of stuff and organizing everything for our kids and everything else. And she has. But sometimes she gets stressed out, you know, just like anybody else does. And the more that you try to, and she's a perfectionist. So when you try to be perfect at everything, you are going to be so stressed out. And if you're sitting here like, no, I want to get up and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, and on top of the 12 hours I got to work, and on top of coming home and having to take care of the kids, and on top of going to these functions and all these things, you're going to be stressed out. And that's going to be worse for you than not eating the most organic oats. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it cancels itself out. Even if you do all of that, man, you're still only human. You're going to be stressed. You're gonna be dealing with anxiety. You're gonna be dealing with these things. So while yes, you should have a strong mindset and you should have a no quit attitude, you don't have to make the standard so hard for yourself that you can't even breathe, that you feel like, you know, you got a weight on your leg dragging you under and you're barely keeping your head above water. And then what happens is people get discouraged and then they don't do nothing at all. I understand. You want to come home sometimes. You want to watch, you want to watch TV for a while. And then you got some people telling you, you shouldn't watch TV. You should just be on it. You should stay hard. You should do that. Man, you worked all day. You want to watch some TV? Watch some TV. You want to listen to music to decompress? People want to decompress. They want to let their mind go for a minute. Just like you would in meditation or something. If that's what you want to do, if you feel like that helps you, then do that. But don't turn off the exercise and the diet, because that's good for you. And it should be something that you enjoy. It should be to make you feel good, to help you create endorphins, and, you know, to warm your body up. So do that and just start making some simple choices. You know what I mean? You don't have to eat perfect all the time. Life's not enjoyable if you try to be like perfect all the time, in my opinion. I feel like you just get some things that more whole foods, you know, and try to keep your body hydrated, try to drink enough water, try to not have so much processed stuff and so much sugar. You're gonna have it every once in a while, okay, and that's fine, but you gotta start somewhere. You know what I mean? You don't try to do a 180, man. Like, if you're eating a steak, man, you cut it up and you eat one bite at a time. You try to eat the whole steak at one time, you're gonna choke and die. I mean, and that's what happens to people. And then they see this and they say, oh, I'm supposed to be that. You're not supposed to be that, because if you were supposed to be that, the millions and millions and millions of other people in the world would all be that. They do that for a living. So don't get discouraged by that. And look, I'm doing these exercise videos and these things, you know, and to try to help and motivate people. But I got a full-time job. Sometimes I'm at that job 12 hours a day. You know what I mean? And I have a full-time job, you know? And then we have kids. We have 2 in college and 1 that's about to be a senior in high school next year. And we're still helping the ones in college too. And we got all kind of things we have to attend and things you have to do for family stuff. And just, there's all kinds of things that we have to take on as adults. You know what I mean? Don't make it harder on yourself by trying to be perfect. You can be in the middle. You don't have to be one way or the other. You don't have to be, you know, balls to the wall, excuse my language, or none at all. You don't have to be that. You can just, you know, do it for what it's meant for, you know, for your performance. You know what I mean? Like, start making a few healthier choices and make a habit of exercising every day. You can watch my channel and you can watch that I'm doing a deal where building mental strength and creating a habit, you know, and it's just a couple minutes a day to help you just build a habit, and it'll compound and build. But don't get discouraged. But I still encourage you to watch those guys, because, I mean, they're great. Like, I like Chad Wright. I like David Goggins. I got a couple of David Goggins books that I've read. I mean, mental strength, great. But don't let somebody else, what they've done or their accomplishments or achievements, discourage you because you feel like you can't do it. Well, the thing is you probably got a lot going on. It's not like you're just sitting at home all day. I mean, if you live in this world, you're probably working, taking care of other people, or, you know, trying to keep your head above water, or maybe working and going to school, both, who knows? But the thing is you are grinding. Who's the one really grinding? You're just grinding just the same, man. All of these people, these jobs are important. So I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to let people know, like, you're valuable, you're important. You don't need to be discouraged if so-and-so's on there talking about, I get up at this time, I do this, no excuses. Like, yeah, there's no excuses why you can't do your exercise, but you don't have to be that accelerated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but you may get to that level one day, you know what I'm saying? But you got to start small, man. You got to take baby steps, and don't be discouraged with yourself. Don't be disappointed in yourself, because you want to do something, or you wouldn't even be watching this video, right? So anyway, I love y'all. God bless y'all. And yeah, man, just, you know, just keep moving forward, man, and don't let other people discourage you, because all that other stuff, waking up with sunshines and rainbows and yawning in the bed, perfect need and aesthetics and crap, man, that's all baloney, man. That's just aesthetics, man, to pull you in. But and they have good intentions behind it, so I'm not discrediting them either. I just don't want you to get discouraged by that, man. So I love y'all. God bless y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one.